All right, everyone. Oh, geez, there I go again. Excuse me. Welcome, welcome. It is, what is it today? No, I know. Of course, it's Pizza Friday. Geez, what am I thinking? Welcome to the Unconventional Mindset. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Odum, and we get together here, we live stream, and we try to build ourselves a business. Working on building Pixel Pieces, which is our Webflow component and template library. And right now we are plugging away in Figma to try to finalize our design system so that we could go within Figma and start to build out our components from there, which is, something that a few of you guys were asking for. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, hopefully you're working on some business as well too. Let me know what it is that you're working on and what business you're going to do to build up your $1 million company. All right. So, as I was saying, we are kind of knee deep or getting knee deep into Figma. And I think maybe what would be good is I can give you maybe just a little bit of a walkthrough as to where I am today in Figma, because this is going to be the last day that we're going to be doing this kind of design system stuff. And I'm going to spend the rest of probably this evening, all weekend, basically almost designing as much as I can over the weekend so that on Monday, we can review all the different components that I designed, and then we're going to just import them and design them or code them, whatever, develop them within Webflow so we can get all of that stuff ready to launch our full-blown component library and kind of go off of this soft launch where people are kind of going in there right now and testing it. So that's where we're at. And yeah, so I've been learning a lot about Figma, which I think a part of me at first was like, yeah, I feel like this is kind of a waste of my time because, as I said before, the way that I work is I typically just work on the whole project from start, from conception to sketching, wireframing, to designing, and then to developing. I usually do that all on my own. So I usually skip a few steps in the sense of I don't do really high fidelity mockups or designs because I know in my head what I want it to look like. So I'll just kind of wireframe it up or what have you, and then I'll just design it as I'm building it within Webflow because I know exactly what it's going to look like or supposed to look like. So, but going over this process I think is pretty good because I'm just trying to think about the customers that I'm going to be working with. Some of them are going to be designers, some of them are going to be more developers. So having this tool be like an intermediary where people could have access to this Figma file, can see how things are designed, and then maybe make modifications or whatever as they get into Webflow and using the components and stuff. So, and overall, just a good experience to even just learn the tools of the trade because, as I said before, back in the day when I first started learning designing, I was doing all my prototyping in Photoshop, which is basically not the tool that you want to use if you want to do designing. And just I'm learning the absolute power that Figma has. It's quite incredible, actually, as a prototyping tool. And I kind of get now why there's people that do UX, UI design, or just even almost product designers that strictly just work in Figma. And there's almost like Figma professionals. I still think personally, like I know I want to do more than just be able to do something in Figma. I like to have a wide range of skill sets, especially to be able to take something from Figma and actually hand code it, even if it's just by hand, and to be able to design it. So that's just me. But that being said, I know not everyone does everything. So anyways, I don't know. That's a little bit of a tangent. So here we are in Figma. So as I said before, we kind of want to finalize this design system. And I'm not sure exactly how in-depth I need to make this. But so I'm just trying to get, at least for right now, the kind of bare bones of what I think needs to be in here. So we have the cover page here. There's a welcome. There's nothing in here just quite yet. So we have the colors here. So I think so. I could definitely zoom in here. Yeah, I can. Okay. So if you have the colors here, I updated them a little bit from what they were before. I made them a little bit bigger so they were easier to see. I got rid of the secondary purple color and then I had accents. So we're just going to go with the two colors, primary and secondary. And of course, primary, the blue and the orange are complementary colors. So I think they look pretty good to get together. And in terms of the CSS class structure, I was kind of taking a little bit of a page out of Tailwind CSS, and I've seen a few other people use this kind of naming system. For the higher the number, the more like the darker or the more to the black scale or whatever the color is. So that's kind of what I want here. And then you can see that here for the neutral colors. Instead of going, I had like neutral, lightest, lighter, light, neutral. And then it's just like, well, what does that even mean, right? It doesn't really have an actual value. So it's a little bit tricky for people to be able to see. So I like this numbering system better. That's going to come into play once we start building this up into our style guide in Webflow as well, especially if we want to look at client first. So we're going to have to be making some modifications there, I would imagine. Anyway, so we got our primary colors here, and then we have our utility colors. So I just right now, very simple, our error, warning, and success. I probably want to play around with these colors as well too, because I'm not feeling them quite yet. And then we have white and black for now. And I got this little component here if we ever want to make any more color swatches. And then we look into typography. Again, very simple here. We kind of worked on this yesterday. We just have our headings right over here. And then we have a couple different subtitles. One that is 500 weight, another one is 700. And again, I don't even know if I even want to have these two. I might just have one consistent subtitle. And then we have different paragraphs. We have paragraph large, small, and tiny, and just your regular paragraph. And these little things here, the purple and the blue, those are just the actual classes or elements within Webflow. So just putting it in there because we're going to be transferring this stuff into Webflow, of course. So I have this thing here, Webflow elements. These are just kind of the class names. So I can just kind of copy instances here from this component. And then I can place them wherever we want. Icons, I'm not sure exactly how and what to do with icons here. So I just kind of left this for now. And then here's where I started. Here's where I kind of like separated all the different components that I've been making so far for this design system. So we have our buttons over here, and then we have our small, medium, and large buttons. The medium are just kind of like the regular buttons. And I think what we'll do today is we'll start to maybe like label this stuff here, just as we have like stuff labeled for our typography. Just haven't gotten there yet. So we have also our inputs, text area, selects, and dropdowns. So these ones here, this input field, these are basically all your form elements, your inputs, email, password, just your text fields. It's all there. And also your dropdowns and your select as well too. So, and then the numbers as well too. So that's all here, and they all could be made by just doing the various different options that or the different properties I guess we have here in this in these components. And then there's one here as well for a text area. Pretty similar, except I probably could have actually even put them in here, but and actually I wonder if we should actually do that. So if it's an input, instead of it being this separate text area, it's still an input. But then we just change the property to like input versus select our text area. That might be the best. That might be a better thing to do. I think that's just semantics at this point, though. But I think that might make things easier in the long run, because these are the same in terms of having hover or just your default hover, selected or focused, error, and then disabled. So Kevin, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. How's it going today? I mean, it's Friday, so it can't be going that bad unless you have to work tomorrow. Then it might not be going as good. But we're plugging along here in Figma and learning quite a bit too, which is actually kind of nice. So you're doing your first cookie content creation following the FinSuite tool. Very intimidated. Cookie consent creation. I don't know what that is. Cookie consent creation following this FinSuite tool. Do I need to look at what that is? And see if I can bring it up. Cookie. Is that just like a, hey, you know, do you want to, just so you know that we track this blah, blah, blah information, and just click here to dismiss? Incredibly powerful cookie consent plugin. Built specifically for Webflow. Allow, close. We don't touch JavaScript. Mm-hmm. Okay. It doesn't look that bad, actually. But I guess you got to probably set up some things in terms of like what information are people going to be consenting to? And then, yeah, these are the preferences, if they can click. And then I guess the question I have is, how are you storing these variables when someone submits them or clicks them? And then also, I think you're, I guess, out of luck if somebody actually, what's the word I'm looking for? If they clear their cache or they clear their cookies. So that's interesting. Attribute builder. So it's funny for me. This is why I switched personally. I switched to Fathom Analytics. I mean, can I just log out of here? Go back out of here. Where's logout? Is it at the bottom? Okay. You just go to the actual. Right. So I use these guys because they don't track anything at all. So you don't have to worry about that, which is kind of nice. Although it's not free. You got to pay for it. But I have a very big dislike from Google. They get stored in Cloudflare, making the account now. Do any of the sites you've built have GDPR compliance? As I said, no, I don't do that because I don't store anything in the sites that I built. I use Fathom Analytics for any analytics that I do. And I haven't had any clients that are doing any other tracking or stuff that they need to comply with. So no, I've never done this before. I like to keep things simple. But that being said, I totally get the point of this. I'm not knocking this at all, and something that's actually really important to do, specifically to be in compliance with the law, I guess, basically. Wow. Storing consent. Walkthrough of our copy paste solution with Cloudflare. The one thing I know, and I'm sure like with that as well with FinSuite, is that their documentation is really it's pretty robust, and I'm sure you probably get it like in no time. Anyways, looks like fun. Maybe I wonder. Yeah, maybe that'd be something cool to do at one point, to do on a stream. We'll just kind of like figure it out and try to get it set up. But I need to have a site that would need to have it though. But let me know how it goes. I'm very interested to know how well everything is going. Rolando, welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Always glad to see you here. Okay, so the inputs. Yeah. One thing too I was seeing, there's some really cool things that you can do here with, you actually set up just local variables for the actual information within the dropdowns, and then that'll help you when you're doing prototyping to make your dropdowns like completely interactive, and to do it without too much of like, creating all those links and whatever that you do when you're prototyping, like dragging this and blah 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 whatever. So it's really, really cool, but I don't think that that's going to be necessary for the stuff that we want to do here. Because we're not here to really build in-depth prototypes. We're here to just design our components and have them available for people to use when they sign up and join Pixel Pieces. Okay, so we got our checkbox and radios. So I got those over here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward here. Pagination. I think I actually want to do a couple more options where these ones are numbers, but having some that are previous and next as well. So that will be cool. Maybe we'll just do that right now, actually, while we're here. Or well, maybe not right now, but in a second. Sliders. So we've done these before. Just different options for sliders, disabled or enabled, and then just different looks here just to have, you know, whatever different look. I don't know if you can actually do dynamic sliding in here, but again, like why? It's not really going to affect anything. Today you're quite happy. Finally, after 4 hours, I managed to make my web page schema scalable via div properties. Congratulations. 4 hours. Oh man. That's a lot of time to put in for one thing, but if you can get it done and then it's working the way that you want to, that is a pat on the back for sure. I need to get some sound effects. I thought I had, yeah, something like that. I gotta get some more sound effects to cheer on and we can use to like congratulate ourselves and celebrate our small wins, because it's always nice to do that. But right on. Okay, and then we got toggle switches. Pretty straightforward here. And again here, I think we might make another different variants that are square and not rounded, just to have some variability. And where am I here? Alerts and notifications. So I just updated this again. For whatever reason, I'm having a really hard time getting good like success, warning, and error colors. So I did this out here, and then I look at the colors. I'm like, it's just not, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. So I got to figure that out. That's a simple thing. And then tooltips. So I made this into a component, just 2 different variations. One thing that I don't know, I don't know if you guys know about this. So you guys definitely know more about Figma than I do. So it's here in the alerts as well too. So I have these 2, these are basically, what are these? They're 2 auto layouts, I guess. One is for this close icon, which has a stroke here. And now for this message, which also has kind of a stroke. But I want right here, in terms of the design, I want to mask just this little part out so that it's white. So the whole thing here, where my mouse is just white. So it's just kind of like an open flow. So, and I also want to do that here with this tooltip and basically get rid of this little blue section here so that it just kind of flows in. I don't know how to do that in Figma. And I think off the top of my head, I think I might have to draw like a custom shape is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth the time. So I might just leave it at that. And then of course, when I'm actually building it out, we'll build it properly. Yeah, anyways. So, any advice is appreciated. Okay, yeah, and I think in terms of other little components, or I guess in the lingo of the Figma design systems, like the atoms, I don't know if there's any other little atoms or stuff that I need to build. Or are these molecules? I don't know. Still not sure exactly what the names are. Right. But so, yeah. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to do some more of the page. Let's just work on the pagination right now. Let's work on that. And yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we're going to go with, previous and Shift A to auto align this. And we're just going to call this pagination button. Okay. What do we want for this button? I'm thinking if we should have like a component within a component, but I don't think that's necessary for this. Okay, so let's copy this. Actually, Yeah, should be able to copy it and paste it in there. Okay. So the button itself, we're going to make it, I think we're going to make it blue. Again, we'll probably have different versions actually. So, and the icon, you're going to be white. Previous. You're going to go white. I feel like I'm getting a little bit faster in Figma. Not that fast. I don't want to say I'm blazing fast, but I feel like I'm getting better. And if you probably watched one of the first videos I ever did with Figma, I remember even just doing like a rectangle and then doing text and like centering it against the text as I was trying to make a button. So, you know, that was the extent of what I knew. It was just like, oh, this is Photoshop. Just do it like I did in Photoshop. So what I usually do with notifications is to put the lightest green color I have in the background. For example, the success one. The borderline is about 2 darker points, and then the text in a dark green. Yeah, I've done that as well too, and those tend to be pretty, they look pretty good. So the question that I've been having for myself is, if for this style guide and this, you know, this whole thing that we're building for our components, if we should make it that complex. Like, do we want to bring in that many different colors? Because if we do that, then we're going to have more colors in here, and then that's more options in the Webflow variables panel. And like, I just don't know if that's the right course of action. So I think it's trying in my mind to play this tug of war between ready to go outside the box, but yet giving people the flexibility to design things on their own, while also not being too overwhelming to people that are new. So it's like a fine line, and it's probably a line that I should probably not worry too much about where it is at this stage of the game. But that's just what I'm thinking. But I will play around with that, and I'm going to take that advice into heavy consideration, because it might just be something that I want to do. These are the old pages where I could probably actually just delete this page. Right, no, 100%. Yeah, it's just the skeleton. It's not designing the whole thing. But I guess if I'm putting in a bunch of different options for the different colors, I feel like that might be going too much of a design, in the sense that some people might want a super, super plain, simple element for their notifications and alerts. Because if you look at a lot of different apps and how they do their alerts, they're very plain, they're very minimal. It's just like the solid background color and then the text, and then that's it. So generally speaking, it depends on the app, but that's usually kind of how things are. So I don't want to try to overcomplicate things too much. Okay, so we don't need to, where were we? Pagination, right. Okay. So we're going to go, so this next and previous, right. What size? This icon is 16. This is 14. I think we need to be 16. Actually, I think I'm zoomed out. That's why. Let me go. I think Control-0. There we go. Just to have a look here. Now I'm actually, let's, oh, not that. All right. Let's just have this as something to kind of guide us here. Oh, so the UI elements and eagle view, yeah, with everything. You wouldn't change anything. It looks incredible and super consistent. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was kind of the old sheet that everything was kind of put together, but then I kind of tossed them around and put them into their separate pages. And then once I start designing the actual components and start putting everything back together into these different pages and these different sections, I think it's really going to start making everything kind of come together, and the vision is going to be a little bit more apparent. All right. So this is 8 and 12. So let's make that the same. This was 12. This was 8. And oh, this is a small button. Let's make this just a regular size button. Right now I could see 18 and 12. Okay. And the spacing 9. Oh, that's interesting. Right. These icons are a little bit different because of yeah, they're smaller. We need to take into account how many pixels this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels. And the other ones are going to be different as well. For that, I could use assets in Figma to categorize without having to separate by page. Right, because when you're here in assets, you can kind of see where the different things are. I guess these are separated by. I don't know if this is by name of the component. I guess it probably is by the name of the component here in the assets panel, which is really cool. So I do like that, but I like the fact that you can have these pages in your layers. And you could just kind of quickly say, I just want to look at the buttons. I just want to see the checkboxes. I just want to see like the pagination. I feel like that's kind of pretty cool. But yeah, I think for me, I just kind of discovered this actually this morning. And I was like, oh, I want to do something. I need a button. So what do I have to do? Oh, I have to go to the layers panel and get that. It's like, no, it's just in the assets. And you could just, I think you could just even start, you could just search, which is really cool. And you can put them into categories from like within the asset panel. Well, that would be really cool. Can I select multiple things? I can't select multiple things. I'll have to research more about that because, yeah, I'm sure there's a whole lot more stuff in terms of organizing, like the components and the pages or whatever, to put them into places that make more sense. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll see what I can do. See how far I can get in terms of learning how all that stuff works. What actually would be really cool is if, you could do it from the element itself in terms of putting it into categories. Now, I'm not sure what you mean, but I'm going to have to look into that. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, but I'll learn. What I was saying is, hopefully I can make this available sooner rather than later. Then I'd love to get your feedback if you guys are actually play around in this Figma file. Be like, oh yeah, this is, do this way or whatever. Or here's kind of something that's more standard. Just to kind of get that feedback, which would be really, really cool. Right, so I was thinking about, I don't like it when there's this icon here, which is smaller, doesn't fit nicely. Like the spacing is thrown off from the left and the right. But the problem is there's going to be a button. Where am I here? Oh, layers. And let's duplicate this one. And I want to swap this one out with, say, this button right here, which is going to have even less padding. So it's tough. This is actually, we'll say first page. So I think what we'll have to do is just maybe try to get, oh, wrong side. Try to get as close. As close as consistent as possible. Maybe 12. Maybe that's good. Maybe we go down even to 10. Yeah, that looks much better. this text? This is 16. How is this Arial? You just put the name followed by a slash, // I think that is. For example, button / CTA, something like CSS class. Oh, you just put the name followed by a slash, for example, button. Oh, so then it kind of like groups it together. Like it groups the ones that are similar to that. Like if I did something like this, like this. So if that's, oh, but that's not a component. Let's just throw that in there. And assets. Then there's this other one here. Oh, so it's group. Interesting. So slash. So it's got the dash here. It's almost like a breadcrumb trail. Interesting. Yeah. Got to play around. Much more learning and playing around to do. Okay. So let's just. Okay. Let's see if we can't get this thing going here first. Okay. So we got, actually I think first should be on this side and get them 10 pixels apart. You can move out of the way. Oh. And then we duplicate them. And I mean, this icon, I could just rotate it instead of getting the next one. And you will be, what did I do? Last. And this is next. Okay, flip sides. We got to change these. You go to 10. You go to 18. And then you can just flip over. Okay. And bring these two together. Now, I guess in this one, should we also have numbers in between? Yeah, we need to have numbers so people know what page that they're on. Right? That makes sense. Yeah, let's do the same thing. Let's make a new one though. Okay, gonna have to organize this. Control G to put this in a group. Page numbers. And you're going to be, what size are we at here? Make sure we're the same size. 14. Okay. 14. but not bold, regular, and I think our color is 700 neutral. Okay, I'm getting bogged down in my thoughts here in terms of how to make this. Don't need to overcomplicate things. Okay, so let's go 1, and then 3, and then can I just copy this here? Yeah, what is the spacing that I had between these two? 30. Okay, so let's do the same. I have 32 here. Make it the same. Make this the same. One thing that I don't like, or that I don't know how to do in Figma, is if you select all of them. Oh, now I can. Oh, I guess I can't. So I was like, how do you change the size between all of them? But I think if you select different types of like layers, I guess, it doesn't give you this option to pick the space between all of them, which is kind of really was frustrating me a little bit. But yeah, see, if I select all of these 3, I can't have an option. Undo whatever I did there, for saying what the space is going to be between all 3 of them. Even though there's 3 elements here, it doesn't allow me to do that. So if there's a way to do that, I mean, I would love to know. So you get 30 and you're 10. Okay. So these are, they all need to distribute vertically. Oh, that's weird. What happened there? That's the button. Okay, looks good. And we'll just go for being on the first page. Oh. Give me this guy. Where did everything go? Where did that thing go? Oh, here it is. Because these buttons are all blue for action, I don't want to have this circle button be blue as well, because this is just to showcase which page is the current page. And I think just having it yellow is just fine. And then when you hover over top of it, then it'll be blue. So let's bold this guy. So this is current page, and then the next one will be active. Or like on hover, I should say. And for this one, I also don't think it's necessary to make a bunch of different versions of this that have, what am I trying to think here? That have like the button hover states, the different states. In fact, why don't I, instead of doing this, why don't I just use, shouldn't I just be using button like components? I probably should, shouldn't I? Because I just like rebuilding new buttons here. Yeah, that makes the most sense, doesn't it? So if I go to buttons and I want to add one. Oh, well, I mean, I already have one here. Okay, so do we want a small button? Yeah, we want a small button. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Let's do that, because that's probably what we should be doing here. Okay, so what can we do? The text, let's say we got first. We don't want to show the right icon. We just want to show the left icon. And I guess we can go in here and look for icons. And this list here, actually, I don't know how to populate where these buttons get the icons from. Like there's this whole like icon set, but there's only interface. An outline, because I know I have in the other icons, where are we? So we have arrows as well, right? So how do I, like if I go to this, insert this button here, and I want to change this, I need to add this as a local component. How do I add these as local components? Publish selected components. Local styles. Oh, okay, no. So create component. I don't want to create a component. So I need to select the entire frame and convert it to a component. This one isn't a component though. That's what kind of is a little bit strange. All right, let's make this, because all these individual things are already components, I guess, right? Like all these icons. So, but if I make the frame into a component, but then these icons don't become components, they become variants of that component. Or variable, I don't remember well. Okay, okay, hang on. Let's go Figma, add icons to library. Oops, I didn't spell that right. Ultimate guide to using icons in Figma. Actionable, yeah, information. Setting up icons, right. Okay, add icons. Add icons from a plugin. Style each icon. Turn into main components. I've seen this before in a Figma file. Local components, right. Swap icon. Yeah, how do you get into that list? Use icons as atoms, which is kind of what I want. Oh, yeah. It's going to take a little bit of reading just to figure this out. Okay. Shit. Like, what's this mean, export? Okay, I don't want to actually export them out. I wonder... Oh, wait a second. Components. Combine as variants. Oh, no, that's not what we want to do. Oh, boy. How did I do that? Because I go to this button, left icon, local components. How do I add that to local components? Is it in there? Do I have icons here? I mean, they're all here, but they're not showing up in the icons. Ugh. Okay. Sorry. This is not helping us get any further along here. We'll figure that out later. So let's get back to this pagination. So we want to change this icon out. Right, but it's with the vector. Ah, dang it. Oh, it does have arrow if I just search. Interesting. Oh. Now it's not showing up. I'll prefer local. Is it rotated? It's not rotated. Well, we want left, right? That one's left. Dun, 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 dun. Why is it pointing down? Oh, now this is updated. Huh, this is strange. Interesting. Icons. Arrows. Arrows. So we want direction left. But then it's pointing down. How is it pointing down if the direction is left? Oh, this is so weird. What the hell is going on? Icon right. Let's go direction. What about right? And that's going up. Oh, so weird. What the hell is going on? And I can't rotate it. This one's upside down too. The filter's upside down? Why are they showing up upside down? When I'm selecting these icons. That is strange. I mean, let me try resetting the whole program. Okay, no, they're still backwards. Yeah, I'm at a loss. And this one's the right way. Oh my God. What is going on? I'm not sure. Anyways, this is annoying. You guys don't want to see me wrestle around with these icons and figuring out why they're not behaving as they should. It's just so stupid. Hello, Ankit. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. See me figuring out with wrestling with Figma here. It's just not behaving as it should. It's making all my icons show up upside down and in different orientations, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyways, okay, so we don't want to have a right icon. We'll just keep it at this one for now because let's just move forward. So that's the first. And duplicate that one. And then this will be previous. And this icon, we're going to change it to basically, oops. Let's go to our local variables and can we do left direction? We just want a single left. That one's going to work for whatever strange reason. All right. And let's make it white. Okay. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter here, but I just might as well just be consistent in the tools that we're using here. All right. And so this button here, where are we? Okay, so this one is going to be previous. This is going to be next. We are going you're looking for Figma on YouTube and you got this. Great. And in fact live. Yeah, we're live. We're figuring it out. Awesome. Yeah, glad you like it. Yeah. Welcome. Appreciate you appreciate you on board and taking the time. So I do stream every day, Monday through Friday, kind of around the same time, 2 p.m., between 2 and 3 p.m., whatever time this is. I'm at Atlantic time. But yeah, I don't even know. We're getting close to 250 streams, which is crazy. Almost straight through. And we just passed our 1 year anniversary, which was also pretty cool. Okay, anyways. So this is white, and we want to, we want to change the actual, let's select the button. We want to change the icon, and we're going to go direction again, but this one's going to be left, or I guess this will be right. Yeah, it's opposite. It's opposite, even though that's not the one that I selected. Make it make sense. Oh, I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. I think because in here, no, so I rotated these. That's just I rotating that instance. I wonder if I rotated something somewhere. Maybe that's it. Anyways, well, we got this one. And duplicate this one. And the last one, this is the last page. And again, okay, no, that's also not working. I must have rotated something that's an actual, that was an actual component. That's the only explanation. Because this doesn't make any sense of why it would behave this way. Should I try? I'm just going to try different ones. That direction left. Direction up. Still pointing up. Direction. This one still has everything pointing up. Yeah, I have this 180-degree rotation here. Right on this icon. How could that be? Let's go to the actual, let's go to here. Oh, I do have 108K. Why is that there? Oh, because I rotated it for thumbs up and thumbs down. Jeez, I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, that's not good. So, shit. Now I got it. Well, I could select them all right here. There we go. Super easy. Maybe that's the fix. None of these are rotated. Okay. Okay, hopefully that's the fix. Holy jeez. Where are we? We're going to pagination. We're going to change this again. And no, that's still not, it still didn't change. Jeez. Direction left goes down. So there is still something that's messed up. These are left, right, up, down. Oh, you know what I saw? I feel like where am I going? Where am I going? Something happened here where this is, well, this is two vectors here. One's black, one's white. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I am at a loss for words. Yeah, that's going down. And then it changes colors as well. But if it goes to this icon, it's white. It's like it's going from, it's like it's selecting an icon from a different place. Yeah, it's so strange. All right. Oh, man, oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna move on from this icon thing. It's driving me crazy, but we need to move forward here. So let's open this up. We want to change. I know we want this padding to be 8. And this one to be 12. What did we do here? We did 10 and 18. I think we'll, oops, put that one to 8. That works well. And then we'll go 8 on the far side and 12 on that side. Okay. Assuming we had the right arrows. Okay. Forgetting about the icons, this is what we want the pagination to look like. Let's delete that. And we'll put this one in a component. Pagination, text and numbers. Let's add a new variant. And this one, I think we're just going to showcase what should we showcase? Probably a hovering over top of a number. Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think about the colors here, specifically. These are old ones. So if we go to the buttons, we have blue and dark blue. We're not really using them in the pagination. So this one's just a little bit different. Okay. So this is just going to showcase if you hover over top of a page number, what it's going to look like. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that looks good. And then actually we're going to duplicate this guy. And we're going to give this one very neutral because this is this current page. Although right, if that's current page, I think this needs to be current page too. This needs to be neutral. That's current page. This is if you hover over and then I think what we'll do for the last variation is if you hover over top of the button. Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, I mean, we could just change the state here. We don't even have to do a different variation. Yeah, we don't even need to do that because it's already built into the buttons. Then whenever we initialize this instance, we can just activate which buttons are hovered or not. So I was thinking of having it orange if it's hovered, but I like it just when we have these double arrows here if you want to go to the end to hover over top of it and it turns the accent color. Yeah, so we don't need this one. Okay, so property, this is just I don't know, state, default state, and this is hover. And I think I want to duplicate this. Because we just want to create something that's actually even more simple. That is literally just previous and next. I mean, if we can change this icon, that would be fantastic. Okay, this one's working. And 12 and 8. Yeah. Oh, something's happening to this thing. Okay, that's interesting. What's going on here? Oh, I need to maybe rename this. Text pagination only. Nope. Okay, well, this is weird. What is going on here? Because it's behaving as if it's the same. Duplicate these. Delete this one. Oh, actually, get these two guys. Align them up. And then create them into a component. Something like that. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Okay. So I think what I want to do here is just clean things up a little bit and give things like proper page headings and titles and all that kind of stuff, just so we can navigate things a little bit more clearly. So like it here in this typography page here, I have these details where I can copy these, but I think for the internal pages, I want something a little bit different. But that being said, let me just make a copy of this, and let's go to the buttons. Let's just paste this here to see what this looks like. And let's create something similar, but kind of along the sides here. Okay, so let's start with our text. So this is basically going to be the page. Oh, I flipped it. The heading for each page. So what should we do? I think we have, where's our text styles? That's going to be, I think this button. Yeah. So I don't like fonts that are too big in these documents. So even H, oh, that one might be too small. If we have H5 here, and then we could have some text here, just some sample text. Let's say these are all the button styles that are used in pixel pieces, right? And you're just going to be just straight, probably just straight paragraph. Does fill change the color? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's change the color. Maybe 500. Ooh, that's too light. I always get thrown off with the sizing. Okay, this is at 100%. Okay. So we want to have a little bit, let's go here. This is page heading. Page header, I think, would be a better description. Page header. What time is it? 3:35? Okay. And we're going to go in and create another little subheading, I guess you can say. We're going to call this one small button. And this is going to be an H6 heading. Oh. Put it somewhere like this. Let's get a line tool. Where's the line? Let's make it, yeah, it doesn't need to be that big. That's 300, maybe even 400. We want it pretty light. That might be too light. Da, 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 da. 10 pixels is good. And we want to add in our little Webflow element. Let's add that in. And this here is going to be a class. And yeah, it's going to have two classes. So it's going to have class button, and I think like is small, I think is what we're going to have. And then we're going to decorative top line. I'm going to go here, and then let's align them together. Actually, here and here, space should be 10. I don't think we need to talk about like what the actual sizes are like we do on here. But I think we'll have to say, we'll say a little bit. These buttons are, yeah, 0.875 REM and should be used like insert design like guides here. And this here, we're going to textile. I think we'll just have should it even be small? I don't know if it should be small for our paragraph. We should probably make it regular so people can read it. And to constrain, let's constrain it to 300. No, what size is this? I think it's 400. Perfect. Left align. Yeah, there we go. And we make this into a component. We're going to call this component description. Oh. Oh, interesting. So this element here, we probably need to. We can't. It's not working. If we make it hug. Ugh, it keeps moving. There we go. Okay. So, oh, wait. What do we want to add to? We want to add a property of text. This is, I guess, the heading. This is the title or the name of the component. And let's link that together to the heading. Oh, wait, we need to make that way smaller. I need to edit this. Component name. There we go, much smaller. And we need to make another property, text. Description. This is a quick description of the component. And how to use it. And that's the description. Okay. So I think that's good. So then we just take this here and we can go in here and we can say this is button small and say this button is 14 pixels and should be used in these situations, whatever those are, but we'll define them later. And this is just button. I guess we can also, is the standard button, which will be used most often in whatever pixel pieces. And then we also know that in this element here, we don't want to show secondary. It's just the button. And one last one, take this, do some dragging and dropping. Maybe some rocking and rolling. And button. Large. Useful when wanting to build larger, I don't know, components. And we'll go here. Secondary text is large. Although, how come this one doesn't have a line? Am I blind? What happened to it? Why can't I see it? That's weird. I can see it here. Don't ask questions. Button large. Useful when building larger components and layouts. And we go into here. Is large. Perfect. Well, not quite perfect, but we're getting there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going doing this. Super boring. You guys probably don't care too much about this. So all I'm going to do is for all the different pages and make some nice design, even to just at least make this look kind of nice, and probably try to match it actually with the actual website, right? And try to put some kind of standard look and feel to everything that we do, from the website to the components, and then of course to the actual Figma file as well too. So we'll do those. We'll make those updates. So it's been an hour and a half. So because this stuff is kind of boring, and I don't know, I don't think you guys care too much about this. So yeah, and now of course it's Pizza Friday. I got to go make some pizza. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support from all you guys. We're getting close to 350 subscribers, which is totally crazy. That's insane. So super pumped about that. But anyways, have yourself a fantastic weekend. And as always, I will see you here on Monday with a brand new live stream. Till then, take it easy.